I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada with a review of Rovio's latest addition to the Angry Birds lineup. Now, instead of flinging birds at pigs, this time you're racing carts down a hill in Angry Birds Go. On the surface, it sort of looks and feels a lot like Mario Kart. You have your cast of fun characters with their own special features and unique carts that race around, but really, that's where the similarities end. In Angry Birds Go, you're racing down a hill instead of having to finish laps. The controls are extremely simple. You can either tilt your device from side to side, or you can choose to tap on the left and right sides of the screen to turn your cart. Now, because you're supposed to be moving down a hill, there are no throttle and brakes. Unfortunately, when you start the game, you only can play as one character, the iconic red bird. You have to choose your first cart. There are 3 to choose from. Each one has its own unique attributes. There are other carts much fancier than the plain wooden ones, but they have to be purchased for real money. Oddly, it doesn't show you the price. You have to tap on it, and it asks you if you're sure you want to spend up to $50. Yes, that's right, $50 for one cart. Now, as you race, you collect and win coins that you can use to improve your cart, buy other wooden ones, or buy various other items in-game. When you start the game, you go through a small tutorial that lets you get the feel of the game and shows you the various ways to play. You even have a sort of boss battle where you have to race against one of the other birds one-on-one. If you beat them several times, they're unlocked and you can race as them. Each one has its own unique abilities. However, once you unlock the first bird, the pink bird, the game takes a sharp right and becomes something entirely different and not for the better. Up until that point, you can play over and over without problem. But now that you've unlocked the pink bird, you have an annoying health meter. Now, every time you race, you use 1 health unit. When you're out, you can't race anymore. You have to wait for your health to regenerate, each unit taking 10 plus minutes in real time to regenerate. Or you have to buy health units. At the start, this is incredibly annoying as you only have 2 birds. You can use up all your health in a matter of minutes. And again, you can't play unless you use the crystals you collect, which isn't all that often, and they are used in-game for other things, or you can pay real money to get your health back, again, in the form of buying some crystals. This system really limits how much you can play. Until you collect more birds, you won't be sitting down for any long gaming sessions on Angry Birds Go. And even if you have a lot of birds, you can still power through health units really fast. You'll be spending a lot longer not playing Angry Birds Go than playing it. And that's a shame because it's a lot of fun to play. Like Rovio did with Angry Birds Star Wars 2, you can buy Angry Birds Go Telepods. They are actually really nice toys and can be played with various playsets. You don't even need to use the app to enjoy them. The cars range in price from a couple of dollars for singles all the way up to around $50 for the bigger playsets. The Telepods have a tiny QR code on the bottom and also come with a little stand that magnifies the code and lets your mobile device scan it. Once you do, the cart, not the bird, is added to your game. But for example, I can't scan the yellow bird's rocket car and then use it on the first levels. I can only use it in the final stunt world, which it sort of unlocks. You can actually only play the versus mode until you've made it through the game to that point. I get that not all the carts are supposed to be compatible in each world or zone, or whatever you want to call them, and that adding the yellow rocket into the earlier levels might make the game a little too easy, but I'd like to see a system where after I've completed everything in the world and I'm on to the challenge stages, that I can use any cart I want. I paid for the Telepods. I should be able to play them at any time on any track. Now, some of the carts only come with certain playsets, so if you want to get them all, your free game just got a whole lot more expensive. Oh, and of note, if you're looking for the Telepods, make sure it says Telepods on the package. Rovio also sells Jenga Playsets, and while they look similar, they're usually a little cheaper, and the birds don't have any QR codes on them. But the Jenga set does come with a code that you can use in Angry Birds Go. It unlocks the Jenga gameplay, which unfortunately right now only contains 1 level. So I'm sure you're quickly noticing this freemium game is very high on making you spend real money. It's almost to the point where you have to spend money to get the most enjoyment out of the game. And that's a real shame. I would much rather spend some money up front, have a few more characters to choose from, and not worry about running out of health having to wait forever to play again. again. This is such a far cry from a really good freemium game like Plants vs. Zombies 2. Now, as I mentioned in that review, it never feels like you have to spend actual money to enjoy the game to its full potential. Unfortunately, Angry Birds Go feels like the complete opposite. Again, I want to point out, when you can play, it's a lot of fun, but in its current form, it's too focused on making you pay to play. If I have one tip for you, it's to spend the $7 to get double coins forever. It'll help you power up your carts faster and helps take away some of the bad taste of the annoying health system. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. It helps me grow my channel. And also feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future reviews and giveaways. For more daily iOS and Apple news, make sure you check out iPhoneincanada.ca. I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada. Thanks for watching.